Hello, this is Coach Herbert. Thank you very much for listening to my podcasts, and thank you very much for following me. Those who are subscribing or who have subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. I'm talking about the YouTube channel, Coach Herbert UG. Thank you very much, and most of my work is shared there. And let me tell you that when it comes to issues pertaining my YouTube channel, Coach Herbert UG, you'll find there almost every conversation. Talk about education, talk about social, talk about religious, talk about politics, talk about love and romance and relationship. Everything is there. So please, there's some conversation that I don't share on some of these platforms, but at least on my YouTube channel, please, you'll get everything there. So subscribe today on my YouTube channel, Coach Herbert UG. In this podcast, we are talking about the issue of approaching the period conversation and how you can help your child feel safe, healthy, and supported. I'm talking about periods. When I talk about periods, you know what I mean. Now, periods are a fact of life, but not every parent feels comfortable talking about it with their children. Not knowing what to expect during their first period may leave girls feeling anxious or scared and with a lot of unanswered questions. Girls need to know that menstruation is normal and that they can rely on you and other trusted adults for information and support. So, talking about periods need not be an awkward conversation. With some basic knowledge and a willingness to engage, you can help your daughter navigate her periods, feeling safe, healthy, and supported. Now, why you should talk about periods? Let me tell you that discussing periods can help your child feel comfortable with her body and enable her to look after her health. It can make navigating periods easier by helping her manage any physical or emotional symptoms and prevent feelings of shame and embarrassment. So what do I mean? What I mean is discussing periods can also help you build a stronger bond with your daughter. Because let me tell you, whenever we hide away from some of these conversations, our daughters or our sons, but basically here, our daughters can easily get this information from the wrong people. Now, how do we begin a conversation about periods? Now, we are talking about starting the conversation. Let's begin by, first and foremost, asking your child if they already know about periods and how they feel about it. Have any of her friends started having periods and talk about it? Are you getting me? What I mean is, if there is a friend of hers who has started periods, then they can start talking about it. Why? Because this is a good opportunity to correct any inaccurate information she may have had. So, we need to stick to the facts, because whenever we stick to the facts, it really helps her, or it helps our daughters at least know what needs to be done. How do we stick to the facts? We need to use clear language when describing periods. Focusing on the physiology, will help you reinforce that this is a natural biological process of the body. You could explain menstruation by saying, for example, you are telling them, try to talk to her. For example, tell her that as you grow into a woman, your body is becoming ready to have a baby. Every month or so, your ovaries start releasing hormones that cause the lining of your uterus, or call it womb that holds the baby, to build up because it is ready for a fertilized egg. When there is no egg, the lining breaks down and you bleed from your vagina. Continue by saying that each month, blood and other material is discharged from the lining of the uterus. This is a period or a part of the menstruation or the menstrual cycle. I think we are trying to talk to our girls. We are trying to talk to our daughters. Remember, I've told you that, look, it's always good to feel free and talk to them. Because when you talk to them, they will get to know really the realities of life, the realities related to menstrual periods. Are getting me? Now, emphasize that it is natural. Please emphasize that it is natural. Reassure her that menstruation is a normal part of growing up and a natural process that happens to girls once they reach puberty. And we still continue and tell them that, look, usually somewhere between the ages of 8 and 16. So we are talking, please feel free to talk to our daughters. Let's talk to them. Because let me tell you, Coach Herbert, who is talking to you, has daughters. And I have very many daughters, both biological and those that I take care of. So I've gone to schools, I talk to these people, I talk to these girls and tell them, look, this is what happens. You see, many people may think that Coach Herbert only talks to boys, but let me tell you this, that I'm the best suited person to speak to girls, and I'm the best suited person to speak to women, because I know how men behave towards women. Now, we need to talk about the experience. We need to tell them that, look, girls experience many changes leading up to the time they get their first period. Breasts and body hair start growing and hips widen. Hormones can affect girls' emotions and moods. So, tell her there is no reason to be scared or ashamed of any of these changes. Please tell her, talk to her. Are you getting me? Be frank. Are you getting me? Now, we should continue by telling them that, look, exercising, deep breathing, and stretching are all ways to better manage mood swings during the menstrual cycle. Remember that sometimes periods can cause abdominal pain. It can differ each month and for every girl. Are you getting me? So, short walks, regular sleep, drinking lots of water, and some gentle pain medicine prescribed by a doctor can help bring relief. Now, basically, we are talking about the issue of menstrual periods or menstruation. Now, as I started, I told you that some parents fear. They don't know how to approach these topics. Are getting me? But please, I'm saying we need to help our daughters. Coach Herbert is here. I'm ready to speak to those children at school, those girls at school. See, why? Because when Coach Herbert comes and speaks to them, when Coach Herbert speaks to your daughter, it means that this girl will know that, look, even men know about these periods. Are you getting me? Because now, for example, let me tell you this. I speak to my daughters. I speak to them. I tell them the realities of life. We speak about various topics. I mean, relationship, education. Are you getting me? Politics, social, culture. Mention them. Because this is my job to do. If I don't speak to these daughters of ours, if I don't speak to these boys, what happens is they are going to get information from the wrong people. Are you getting me? Now, basically, we are still continuing with this topic, and in our next podcast, we are going to talk more. So I pray and request, I humbly request that please, you make sure that you don't miss any of my podcasts. Go ahead and follow me. Follow Coach Herbert UG podcast so that you can get and be alerted with every podcast that I upload, because they're going to help you, your family, your friends, and mention them are getting me. Tell these boys and girls to follow my podcast, because I try putting there things that are really good and constructive. And as I complete this podcast, please go and follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Coach Herbert UG. Please, those interested in issues of, romance, relationship, education, politics, mention them. All things are there. Even things that I don't share on these other platforms are there, so that you get alerts whenever I upload. Now, I'm saying thank you very much. Let's meet in the next coming episode of my other podcast. Please, we are still talking about menstrual cycle, menstruation in our daughters. How do we introduce the topic and what is it all about? More to come, but as I always say, keep your dreams alive. I remain Coach Herbert.